name is Lauren. I am the dyer behind lolodidit, a hand-dyed yarn business based in Danville, Kentucky. I am coming to you today to share with you that we are totally participating in the 4-day knit along by Olive Knits. This is her 5th year doing it, and I could not be more excited about this pattern. I cannot tell you. So before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all of the love that you've been giving my latest pattern release. This is the My Fair Lady collection that I just released a couple of weeks ago. It has been on sale 50% off until yesterday, but I did add a discount to it anyways for the next week. It will be discounted. It's automatically discounted on both my website and Ravelry for a little bit longer, one more week. It's not 50% off, so thank you to all of you guys who jumped on the bandwagon like right away. But it is discounted anyway, so thank you guys so much. I hope you're loving it. The first pattern released on Friday. This is the My Fair Lady cowl. It is so beautiful. I am completely in love with it. This Friday, we're releasing the Doolittle hat. I'll put a picture in here. That is all of the pattern collection features helical knitting and all sorts of different design elements. It's a really fun collection, and I am also hosting a knit along to go with it. So if you look on the front page of my website, you'll see the details there. And I hope that you participate in it. It's really fun, and these are really great quick projects to do before this 4-day knit along gets underway on July 1st. So we have tons of time. It's the middle of May, so tons of time to get all of these My Fair Lady projects going and have fun, get prizes, and meet some new people along the way. So I hope you join in. It's been a blast. Hosting these knit-alongs, the chat rooms, and the Patreon channel, and all of those things. It's been really, really fun, and I hope you're having a lot of fun with me. So thank you guys so much for all the love. I was not expecting, I don't know, when you put something out there that you've made, I never expect it to go well. I don't know what that is. I never expected it to go well, and it did, and I'm so thankful for all of you. If you haven't gotten it yet, go check it out. It's on my website and Ravelry. Join our knit along and have fun with us. So thank you. So I am getting to the juicy part. This is why you tuned in today. We are hosting our own knit along. If you're using lolodidit yarn, you can join the knit along for Olive Knits Fireworks sweater pattern. It's her 4-day knit along, and it is fantastic. It is by far my favorite of her 4-day knit along sweaters that she's ever made. It's so addicting. It's beautiful. It's really flattering. It's really interesting. You know, the motif that she designed is just lovely. I can't stop knitting it. And that's a good thing when you have a 4-day knit along that you're trying to get a sample out. So I'm not allowed to share pictures with you yet. The pictures we can share on January 7th. So we have a few samples going on at lolodidit here. Myself, my sister, and one of our sample knitters are all knitting it to show you what it looks like on different colors. But if you know Marie, I'm sure that you already trust her to come up with a beautiful pattern, and I would not steer you wrong. It's fabulous. I'm thoroughly enjoying every single moment of knitting it, and she always designs beautiful patterns anyways. But this one, I think she just knocked it out of the park. So Marie, if you're watching, you knocked it out of the park with this pattern. It's amazing. So thank you so much for a beautiful pattern, Marie. You all, if you want to join the 4-day knit along, I put all of the details on my website. If it's right on the front page, you can see all of the yarn requirements, the sizing, what yarn bases I recommend, how to join our chat rooms, and all of that. So Make sure to check it out. It's all on lolodidit.com, and that it will answer all of your questions. I even broke down all of the sizing by skein, so you don't have to do the math yourself. I broke it down for you so that you can you know what to order for your particular size. This is a nicely sized sweater. She includes 2 inches of positive ease, so it'll be a comfortable sweater. It's not form-fitting. The details are exquisite. I don't think I could gush anymore. I just love the pattern. And I am timing myself as well. So I usually, every time I do this, I have done it in advance of the 4-day knit along, so I can show you guys my sweater before, you know, the pattern actually comes out, so I can knit up a sample. And so I always time myself for 4 12-hour days to see if I can actually get it done in that amount of time. So I'm on hour 6 and I am flying through it. It's really, really fun. So the yarn requirements. So I highly recommend using either 2 of my bases, either USA DK or Simple DK. And really they're pretty similar. I think that USA DK has a little bit of a tighter twist. They take the dye similarly. Simple DK is just ever so slightly more saturated than USA DK. They're both soft and lovely, and really the biggest difference is where you're purchasing it from. USA DK is an entirely US-based product, and Simple DK has steps along the way that are international and USA-based. So it just depends on what you want to do. But both yarn bases are available. I have plenty on my shop for you, and I think that you would get a beautiful sweater with either one of those. So you will love it. It will drape nicely. I've checked the gauge on it. It will just be absolutely lovely. So either one of those bases, you really can't go wrong with it. The question that I'm going to get is, because all of you from last year with the soundtrack, I recommended Divine Yak, which is one of my luxury DK weight bases. And I think that you all have become a little bit addicted to that yarn base. So the question is, can I use Divine Yak? And the answer is yes, you absolutely can use Divine Yak. The gauge will be, the fabric will be just a little bit looser because it's a little bit slimmer of a yarn. So yeah, absolutely you can use Divine Yak. If you have any scraps left over from last year's soundtrack, I'd recommend getting that out and doing a gauge swatch with that. A few weeks ago, I guess it's now, maybe it's a month ago now, we did send out little tiny samples of everybody's order for about a week and a half of Divine Yak. So if you want to try that, so those are all available too. If you do want to use Divine Yak, you absolutely can, and it won't take away from the beauty. It's just, it enhances it, because Divine Yak is a really pretty gray toned base, so it makes the colors a little bit more intense. So don't think that you can't use it. It's just that the gauge that matches most closely with the pattern and the drape and the fabric that Marie intended would be USA DK or Simple DK. Can you use Whole Lotta DK? Yes, you can. But again, it's even more slimmer of a DK than Divine Yak. So knit up a swatch and see if you like it before you like the fabric of it before committing to purchasing that. So yes, you can use any DK weight, but the different bases that I carry will give you a different fabric characteristic. So USA DK and Simple DK is the closest to what Marie is intending for this pattern. Me, my sister, sample knitters, we're all knitting it out of USA DK. That is a wonderful yarn base, and it just has a little bit more yardage in each skein, so you can get a little bit more out of that. So it's fantastic. I'm like holding the pattern in my hand. I can't even show it to you. I'm like, this is so pretty, but I can show you the fireworks. There we go. The little teaser. So you guys are going to have a ton of fun with this. Let me show you the yarn that I'm using. Like I said, I'm using USADK, and I just released this today. This colorway is called Words. It is one of the colorways from the Quotable Dumbledore Club, and it is fabulous. It's like a really dark burnt orange. And this doesn't even really, this is really light in here. I think that you can't quite see the depth of it, but it's a sophisticated tonal. So you've got a lot of layers of colors in it. And it's beautiful. So this is what I'm knitting my 4-day sweater Fireworks out of. And I'm thrilled with it. My sister is knitting it out of Blue Tourmaline, which is a light teal. It's so beautiful. And she's almost done with the body. Like, I have knit for 6 hours. She's been knitting for 2 weeks. So she's doing a really good job. If you guys have not met her yet, her name is Catherine, and she answers a lot of emails. She's really involved in lolodidit. She works with me every day, and she's the one who fulfills your orders. So she's the one who's knitting that one, and then Trisha, who's my tech editor, she's knitting another sample for me out of Beauty School Dropout. So we'll have, on June 7th, when we're allowed to share photos, we will have 3 different samples to show you, knit up, and it will probably help you. But for those of you who know, you're on this 4-day knit along bandwagon, I had to get out the information to you right away to make sure that you could order your yarn. We're ready for you. We're ready for your orders. We're ready for the craziness, and I can't wait. I've had fun every year. And the prizes are also fun too. If you're joining our knit along, last year, I don't even know how many prizes we gave out, but it felt like a lot, like 12, 15 prizes. I don't even know. I will do prizes for both completion within our 30-day knit along. So you do not have to knit your sweater in 4 days. Don't have to knit it in 4 days. We're having a knit along for 30 days, the entire month of July. So if you complete it by the end of July, you'll be put into one prize pool. And if you're a participant, if you don't finish it, you'll be put into another prize pool. I tend to gather prizes throughout the year and get lots of little goodies put together. And we'll have one grand prize for someone who completes it within the 30 days. So it's gonna be crazy and fun. Now, some of you are asking, like, I want to join this, but I don't necessarily want to knit the fireworks pattern. And that's fine. If you've joined any of my sweater knit alongs before, I'm usually pretty open to knitting any sweater pattern. For the 4-day knit along though, if you don't want to knit fireworks, you can knit any of Marie's past 4-day knit along patterns. So, and a lot of people in my group, it's such a wealth of knowledge. There's so many people in it with so many different skills and strengths. And so it's a really great way to learn a lot. So I recommend joining it because you'll have a lot of fun and you'll have a lot of people who are willing to help you. But if you don't want to knit fireworks, you can knit any of her other patterns. So that is Stillwater, Beekeeper, Foxtrot, Soundtrack, or Fireworks. You can knit any of those 5 patterns if you want to join in. The knit along kicks off on July 1st. So don't cast on until July 1st if you want to be included in the prizes. And we'll do a kickoff Zoom together. We will do an ending Zoom together where I draw prizes and a lot of little goodies. We have Zooms every week as well. So if you're part of my knit alongs, you're in a Zoom every week. So this is gonna be a blast. I cannot wait. I can't wait for you. If you've never joined us before on any of our chat room based knit alongs, you are in for a treat. The groups that I've put together or that have really come to me are just wonderful people, and everybody is so nice and uplifting and joyful, and we have bonded. It's been wonderful. If any of you are in my groups, know that I'm talking to you. It's been absolutely wonderful and a pleasure to get to know every single one of you and get to know your knitting, and you're helping me create this community, and I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. So if you want to join in, if you've never been a part of a knitting group before, or maybe your knitting group isn't meeting, maybe you just want to chit chat with some people, this is a good time to do it. So I have opened the chat room up starting today. So you can join the chat room as long as you click on the link on my front page, and you will see all of the requirements for joining the chat room. But you can join it now, and the cast on starts July 1st. Finishing is July 31st. Prizes will probably be the week following. And I think that I've answered all of the questions that you might have. But please, if you have more questions, leave it in the comments below. I'm always happy to answer you. You can email us. If I get frequently asked questions on my next podcast, when I see you guys, I will make sure to include those questions, and I'll also put them at the bottom of the information. If you click on the information link on my website, it says have fun with us, and it says fireworks, olive knits, and it has all the details. So if you click on that, if I get a frequently asked questions that weren't answered in this podcast, I will make sure to write them all the way at the bottom of that page. So if you're scrolling through it, or if you're on the edge, you're not sure, and you want to join it, go ahead and write those questions in, because I'm always happy to answer those. So I hope you join us. It's so addicting. This is the most fun I have ever had with one of Marie's patterns, and I've knit and hosted a lot of knit-alongs for Marie's patterns. So that's saying something if I'm like completely over the moon addicted and love it the best out of all of them. So thank you guys for joining me today. I hope to see you soon, and I will talk to you within the next few days, I'm sure. Have a wonderful week. Love you all.